was the one that was friends with was it Epstein or something?
Oh, that was Charles. That was Charles's
Andrew.
brother. His younger brother.
Did you ever see the interview where there was there's asking about him? There's like, was you friends with him? And he's like, I wouldn't go as far as say we're friends. He's like, we're not friends. And then she goes, but you stayed on his private jet, yes. And you stayed in his mansion, yes. And you stayed in his private villa in his house, yes. That's what it goes.
Oh yeah, we're on. Hi everyone, this is Chris.
Oh yeah, that was a cold open.
We could introduce each other, couldn't we?
We got one more.
Welcome back to Thick of the Mortar.
We got one more subscriber this week than last week.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there you go. We've got one more subscriber.
That means
we don't know your name because you're either a bot, spam, or you'll put yourself on private.
Or a sperm.
Or a sperm. Sperm spam.
I subscribe's growing up, but our watch time isn't.
Slowly.
Yeah, thanks for subscribing and not fucking watching. Fucking bastards.
But yeah, last week we was watching, talking about Harry's book.
Oh, last week. Did we record last week, did we?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was the latest cast we put on. I found that a bit slow, so probably why we didn't get so many viewers. I wasn't feeling... I mean, Colosseum
It did pretty good, actually, for unique viewers compared to other ones.
Sorry?
It did pretty good for unique viewers.
Oh, did it? Oh, and I don't look at these stats. I just see you lot every week and chat to you on here. I don't really get involved in watching stuff.
I mean, good for us, not good for anyone else.
Nah. Yeah, see? Whatever.
But yeah, we got a snippet from his audiobook.
Yeah.
Prince Harry.
Oh, yeah? Did you?
Yeah.
Remember his spare? Yeah. There's a funny fucking snippet.
I'll play it now.
We'll show you now.
Yeah, okay. And we're just going to see a snippet, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
It's from his audiobook.
From his audiobook, Harry. Harry.
Prince Harry.
You know what I mean?
The spare. The spare of the UK.
My penis was oscillating between extremely sensitive and borderline traumatized. The last place I wanted to be was Frostnipistan. I'd been trying some home remedies, including one recommended by a friend. She'd urged me to apply Elizabeth Arden cream. My mum used that on her lips. You want me to put that on my todger? It works, Harry. Trust me. I found a tube, and the minute I opened it, the smell transported me through time. I felt as if my mother was right there in the room.
Oh.
And I took a smidge and applied it down there.
No.
Yeah.
That'd make you go like that, wouldn't it? Like, smell my mother.
I know. Why is he talking about his mum so much while putting shit on his dick? The way he's just saying it like it's normal is so funny. It's like, that was on my mum's lips. He wants me to rub it on my cock end. Oh, the smell of it just made me think of my mum. And as I thought of my mum, I applied it to my hardened cock.
And all my memories came flooding back. And it's funny, like, Elizabeth Arden, his nan was called Elizabeth. And it's like, sounds like Elizabeth Hardon, doesn't it? And he says you rubbed it on, and he goes, oh, Elizabeth Hardon.
He's actually used it.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Elizabeth Ardon, isn't it?
Yeah.
Elizabeth Ardon, A-R-D-E-N, but now weird pronounced, isn't it? Ardon.
Yeah.
Elizabeth Ardon.
Wouldn't you think, first of all, that was probably written first. You would have thought that sounds a bit weird, but he read it back, and then he had to do an audiobook for it as well. So then he said it out loud and then played it back to itself and still released it.
He wrote it down and said, that reads well.
Growing up, he didn't have much guidance for how to communicate people properly, did he, I guess?
Apparently not.
Around all them, like, he just had to learn how to try and say things. So it comes out a bit strange, I guess, doesn't it?
Yeah, but if you only mix with
Rubbed
us.
it on, and they said, Harry, what's up? And I said, Elizabeth Ardon. I rubbed it onto my todger.
Can you do an impression? I feel like it'd be funny to do what is it, like fake outtakes?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like, imagine what an outtake was.
I tell you what, I've got loads of outtakes, right? But they're real when I was on my holidays.
I bet you could do a good outtake of that.
It's really good outtakes. I never showed you. And I've never set them up anywhere. Maybe I'll put up a new account somewhere and put the outtakes up. Like I'm in the middle of a jungle and I'm going, right, now here we are, and I don't know what the fucking are on about. It cuts off and it goes to another one. It's quite a feel of, whoa! So I've never shown anyone really. There's loads of material in there. Make me go, oh.
Is that what, when you was filming, when you was on holiday?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
I've been in the middle of nowhere, made it right across the planet.
Yeah.
You know, to discuss, look and take in, like, deforestation, climate change, and landslides and overpopulation, the effects of and all that, and get to meet the peoples. I'm in the middle of nowhere in this rainforest thing. I'm gonna list. Oh, you get to see the videos, really.
He's got bloopers of his holiday.
I've got loads of bloopers. That's it. Bloopers, folks, bloopers.
He's got bloopers of his holiday. He's got bloopers.
He's got
What the fuck is this conversation? I thought I was going to get more reaction out of the audiobook, to be honest.
Yeah.
So I was like, Dad's going to have a good ass reaction. And he went, and we played it all for him. And he went, so on my holiday.
Oh, you mean Mary's thing?
Yeah.
I thought we'd done a load of reactions.
Yeah, we did.
What more could I say, really?
Yeah, we did do 40. I think we did 40, 45 minutes of Harry's spare last week.
And as much as
No,
Harry
specifically talking about-
and his spare, whatever he calls it, whoever his spare is.
He's a spare.
But as much as he'll be at one with everybody else and that, and, you know, like the army and everything else, we still have to remember he'd been brought up as a prince in the royal family, cartel, whatever you call them, you know, and with his brother that's the future king of England. They've not had a normal upbringing. They still talk differently to us.
Oh yeah.
So the way he expressed himself is just the way, only way he knows it in. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but even people that just go private schools and not royalty just seem so more.
Yeah, I
a lot
imagine
more
my
different.
social cues and shit would be fucked if you grew up with those fucking.
Yeah, you know,
psychopaths.
you're different. Like, you know,
Psychopaths.
I remember when you was younger, you laughed at.
Oh, you were talking about the royals or
Yeah.
I remember you
posh
laughing.
people.
Royals.
Just send their kids to.
I remember you laughing
Look
at
how
that.
much paedophilia involved.
Oh, you're so much last week's cheese, and you just cracked up, didn't you?
Yeah,
Because it's totally different, but that's the way they are.
he wasn't.
We were kids as well.
He wasn't royalty or posh though, was it?
One posh.
No, it's just different to you. You know,
Or
I'm
like, I don't know, rich.
just saying he's different to us.
Yeah, I know. That's what people.
Oh, the coffee's gone cold.
That's people can't relate.
It's going backtracking.
Anyway,
Oh, it's cold.
did you see what happened last week? What, a cold coffee?
Oh, fuck me.
How long's that been left?
He literally just made it.
Oh, I thought it to keep you awake. You know, because I thought I'm sitting next to Chris again. It's a joke, by
Fuck
the way.
him.
He never stops.
Nah,
Nah,
never stops putting people to sleep.
he's a good boy. He's
like
the most
CM Punk.
handsome.
Both
You
hands.
can't see his eyes with the
can't see
glasses
any- you
now.
can't see
He's got these
anything.
He's got the little eyes.
But if you saw it, you'd be attached to him right now.
Yeah.
But you're not.
But his mum's eyes, his dad's chin looks a bit like a cross between Marilyn Monroe and Rodney. off
Marilyn
Falls
Manson.
North.
Did you see what happened last week? Though?
Nah.
Did I see what happened last week?
Yeah.
In bed for 7 days.
He
It
didn't
got
see
light,
anything.
it
He
got
didn't see
dark.
fucking
It got
anything
light,
last
it got
week.
dark. Everything to God knows how many hours.
Yeah, that's
Is that
why-
right? Is that what you're on about?
Nah, but
it
it's,
did happen, to be fair.
it's wild cold now, though, isn't it? It started, did you see the
minus
snow?
one outside.
Snow
I
yesterday?
was driving in it.
Was you?
I took my elderly grandfather, my elderly father, your grandfather shopping yesterday.
Yeah.
85. And he's
Every
85, you know. He's
Does he
86
say this every
birthday.
week?
Every week he's the
Next
same
year,
age.
Every week.
Next year,
He
I
just
said,
says what he did for
I
his
said, Dad-
routine, and it's one thing.
I said, Dad, next year you'll be 87. I said, next year, Dad, when you're 87, you'll be saying, on my next birthday, I'll be 88. I said, next year you'll be saying, on my next birthday, I'll be 88. He's only 85.
It's funny because you're talking about how your dad just repeats stuff, but our dad repeats stuff by repeating what he's repeating every week.
It's just an echo chamber.
If we have kids, we're going to be repeating what our dad's repeating that his dad's repeating.
Oh, absolutely. I'm absolutely like my dad in that respect.
That's funny. I did that yesterday. Was it yesterday
And
or
my
the day
brother
before?
repeats himself, sorry. And he butts in when people are talking.
We always
Oh,
buy
that's
it.
it.
That's just what we
What
do,
we do.
on this
Yeah.
podcast.
It's so incoherent.
All the time.
Yeah.
We shouldn't have an audio
We're
podcast.
so coherent.
Yeah, we're sorry about that. We just can't help ourselves. It's in the blood. It's in the genes. Nothing we could do.
Yeah.
Can't do nothing.
DNA.
There's no way to fix this. We're fucked.
Yeah, we let him speak there.
But last night it was annoying because obviously because it was snowing, fucking my car all iced up.
Isol Stadium.
Car all
Germany.
iced up. Car all iced up.
Carl Weister. That's a German beer, isn't it? Carl Weister. I have a pint of Carl Weister.
I think
I'll have a Hobgarden, whatever it's called, and yeah, I'll have a Leffy.
Hobgarden.
And a Carl Weister, please.
it sounds like a
Thank
fucking
you, Sean.
new Pokemon.
It's a German beer. We could make our own German ale now and call it a Carl Weister.
Nice.
Yeah, Carl Weister.
Car all iced up.
How are we going to spell it? C-A-R.
Carl.
Aweistter. That sounds well German. Well done, Chrissy boy.
Well done.
Carl Oyster. Fancy a pint of Carl Oyster.
So yeah, that happened.
Could be Belgian beer. Could be Belgium or German.
Belgium.
Yeah.
But do you know,
go for the old Belgium.
Belgium's most of them speak French in Belgium.
Fair play to them.
Yeah,
I don't.
but yeah,
I bet the other half speak German.
This guy's smart. This guy's smart.
on Belgian.
This guy's fucking
I don't know.
genius.
It might be less than half though, because I'm sure I read before that there's more French speaking people in Belgium.
It was a terrible war.
Terrible.
But we
What,
won't go
Nazi
into that
Germany?
subject.
World War Two?
Oh yeah, we won't go into that
Oh,
subject.
don't get me
It's
started.
just-
Don't get him started on
We're
World War
doing a short
Two.
podcast.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, Jesus Christ.
Hey,
But yeah,
Anyway.
I was trying to get out of work and I couldn't open like my left
half
door.
Americans didn't want to help us.
Yeah, last
The
night
government.
my fucking car door was actually frozen together.
Really?
I couldn't get the left one open. I was pulling it.
Need to wee on it.
You was pulling it.
Yeah.
Thought you was opening your car door.
Yeah.
Lucky your hand
pulling
didn't
the
come off
handle.
in your hand.
Oh, I thought you was pleasuring yourself.
No. What?
Why is it that he's trying to cover up?
No,
I said,
he
you're
said
lucky
something.
the handle didn't come off in your hand.
Yeah, everything was frozen. I was trying to throw out shit like in the bin and the recycling, and I couldn't fucking open it. Fucking. I mean, I could. I only took one track because I'm fucking huge.
Bad, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not really that interesting to be honest.
Right.
But
It's life changing.
I was gonna hear. Oh,
I was kind of over it being this cold and snowy, but I guess
Yeah,
it's
why have
still
we come back?
January, isn't it?
It's the winds, I guess, you know.
the winds have changed.
Yeah.
First rocket launch from the UK last week.
Cornwall.
Yeah.
Cornwall.
Wait, we've never sent a rocket from the UK before.
Nope. And do you
Really?
know what? There's only 10 countries that have.
That's a fun fact. Comment below your
There's literally
favorite
only
fact.
10 countries capable of sending satellites into
yeah.
the space around the world.
We've got, and Cornwall has.
And
in fact,
China's one of them.
Cornwall called
Yeah.
themselves the country to itself, didn't they have their own flag?
Wait, Cornwall did it.
yeah,
Actually,
Cornwall.
yeah, it all
well,
happens in
it-
Cornwall.
the
then.
nation
No.
of Cornwall.
All
It
this
was-
shit like that.
well,
didn't
it's
they?
rich-
Is that because it's near the city and more away from cities?
Well, no, because the whole country's on the coast, isn't it, really? You're never more than 80 miles
Well,
from the
no,
coast in this
I'm not.
country.
I'm not on the coast, but Cornwall's on the
We're
coast.
80 miles or less, aren't we?
I mean, Cornwall's way more on the coast than us. You have to drive 5 hours to get to there.
They're famous for
And
loads
then
of
next
things.
to the city.
But I was watching it. The launch went through the atmosphere, and the geezer said, "And we are just past the atmosphere." I can't say it. Atmosphere. We'll do that again. Cut that. And the geezer in the rocket said, "And we're just past the atmosphere." Cut that. Past the
That laugh.
atmosphere. That's it. And we're just past the atmosphere. Atmosphere pasty.
They're all staying.
Cornish pasty. Atmosphere.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause-
Oh, your mic's falling.
Oh, look, Viagra. Where's me Viagra?
Viagra.
Viagra. That's a Pokemon. Viagra.
Oh, you got,
He
you
just
got,
knocked
you
the
got
whole
the,
table.
you got the one that moves.
Yeah, I swear. I hope the table isn't out of place. Huh? It's got
Nah,
knocked,
it's
right.
alright.
But I swear, when I went corner, I remember watching their news, and I swear it's something about like flight or something happening over there, and I was like, oh, they're doing this in Cornwall.
You thought it was
Cornwall.
weapons, didn't you? Because that town's called Newquay.
Come on, you sick.
Well, they've
bastard.
actually
That's where you
got,
went, though, isn't it?
they've got the longest runway in the country, so they use that because they have an RAF.
Must be because it's next to the sea, right? Doing all this shit.
Well, they have an RAF base over there, so I don't know what come first, the RAF base or the long airport.
Because they
So
probably
they decided to put the RAF base there because the
they're probably
long,
test shit
long
going
runway
over
was
the
there.
water. All right.
Oh, is he going to tell me? Is he gonna...
No, I'm thinking maybe the airport before maybe the runway before the airport. You can't have an
Oh.
airport without a runway.
Oh, I see. When I was, yeah.
Before the runway was there, it would just be a building site, I guess.
Well, when I was saying airport, I meant I didn't know what come first, like the airport or the RAF base.
I know what you
Chicken
mean.
or the
It's like
egg?
what come first,
Chicken or the egg?
Heathrow Airport or or an RAF base. Hey,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know whether they built the airport and thought, oh, that would be the best place to put our RAF base because it's got like the longest runway in the country, or did they have an RAF base there anyway and then decided to have an airport and put a really long runway because there's an RAF base there. RAF base there.
you got nice skin.
When I went to Newquay, there's so many benches on like the cliffside, and you think that's really nice. Must be for the view, but it's because so many people kill themselves there, and it's dedicated to.
Yeah, people always
What they've like take
Actually-
poisonous sandwiches sitting on the bench. They get a packed lunch out, eat their sandwich.
It might-
and a cyanide tablet.
It might not all be killing yourself. Actually, to be honest, I don't really know.
There's people lying with guns in their
a lot of
hands,
people
blowing
want
their
their-
brains out, and there's people hung themselves and all that.
Yeah,
by the
all
benches.
that. Yeah.
Or
Nah, it's just benches or a plaque.
they
with
hang
their
themselves
name
off
on
the
it.
benches. Oh, remembrance benches.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said
It's
there's loads
probably
of
'cause
benches
people
there
want their-
and people kill
actually-
themselves.
Actually,
I thought-
it might be
kill
because their
themselves on
ashes are
benches.
spread. People always want their ashes spread there as
Yeah,
well,
but it's
don't
fucking windy. Oops.
they?
It's windy, yeah.
Smell from your
It's a
sandwiches.
bit windy, isn't it? Someone goes to throw the ashes. Fucking hell, I'm a little bit pale today, didn't you? You need to get some fresh air. For fuck me, you look a bit. Oh,
Got on more in your mouth.
yeah.
Granny's tit just landed on my tongue.
You just
Your
don't,
eyes all bloodshot.
you don't tell the rest of the family what happened. They're like, so did you spread them? And he's like, yeah, it's beautiful.
You covered them and stuff.
Yeah. Covered in fucking. They're like, what's that on your face? Oh, don't worry.
Granny's all over my face.
What's that all over your face with this dry powder? And they say, "Your seagull shit on me."
Fucking
Seagull.
powdery ass.
You got shit on me. That's all powder.
Powdery ass shit. But yeah, that was well excited, man. We fucking launched our first rocket into space.
Yeah.
They was tweeting about it, everything.
Let's go.
Yeah, see it up there. And then
What
2 hours
happened?
later, they was like, oh, it failed.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, well.
I had to delete the tweets.
Yeah, but you've got to remember your hometown.
Champagne was
just
already popped.
less than 2 miles from where you live. That's where they built the Mars rover.
It is kind of weird though, right?
That's even more amazing.
We
really.
built so much of that stuff, but we can't. We don't launch it. We just launch the stuff that to be
We create the stuff to be launched.
to be launched.
Yeah.
But we can't launch anything. But that's actually
ain't got the air
crazy.
for everywhere.
They
They can't launch. They can't launch a rocket over
We've
our
got the
town.
busiest airspace ever
For
in the
fair.
world. One of the busiest airspaces in the world. Look it up, Stato. I mean, Chris. I bet we
But-
haven't we?
Well, I'm surprised.
We can't let things go up in the air like that, can we, Jake?
Like, do you know?
I feel like it needs to be pretty far from towns because if it fails, it's going to fall down and
Yeah.
kill everyone.
Yeah. Well, what they did is
populated
make sure the
country.
trajectory,
It's
like
over the ocean.
yeah, it's over like.
Where no one wants to go, so made it go over Ireland.
Well, I think they did it over like.
Jake, by the way,
they did it.
Southern Ireland.
They did it over Antarctica, so it landed over there.
Yeah, who wants to go there?
Just kills a load of fucking like,
Penguins.
yeah,
A lot.
and the Weddell seal.
and the people
Walkers.
you can't call them
Maybe
that
they get,
type of kiss with your nose anymore.
I know that's the North Pole. That's the Arctic.
What they down in the other one?
Sami and the Sami people.
So who lives in? What are we talking about?
Antarctica.
Who lives there?
That's south. South America. South America.
Who lives there?
Penguins.
Not many people.
The
Just
Weddell
penguins.
seals.
What about the polar bears?
No, that's the Arctic, the northern
Fucking
hemisphere.
hell! Just penguins.
No, and
Just
the
call
Weddell
them
seal.
different. Name them differently. Using the same name.
Sounds shit, doesn't it? Now? Just penguins. Grow up.
Imagine how much money that took. Yeah, do you know that was
Weddell Sea.
Richard Branson's like Virgin Orbit that was doing that.
Oh, Richard Branston.
Yeah,
Virgin.
He gets in the pickle
Or
sometimes.
Branson. Branston. You wanted to get off the pickle joke.
Do you want to know a terrible news story?
Oh my days! Don't make me cry.
Everyone. Cop sentenced to 100 years in prison after allowing his wife to use his sperm in cake batter for cupcakes she fed to students.
Say that again.
Take that how you want.
Cop has got 100 years in prison. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
For what?
He allowed his wife, which I'm assuming is a teacher, to
She
use.
knew about it then. Oh, she
Yeah.
must have asked. Allowed. She's asked for his sperm.
Yeah, in cake batter that she used to create cupcakes, and she fed that to her students.
Firstly, how did they find out?
I'd say, miss, these
Someone
cakes.
got pregnant, sat on it.
I'd say, miss, I'd say, these cakes, fucking something's fishy about them.
That is a good question. How did they find out?
This sounds sus.
What does the
The
description say?
sources question mark.
He was an
What are
ex-SWAT
they?
commander, sentenced to 100 years, which is...
Commander.
I feel like people get less for like murder, but that is fucked. So
That's some sort of
I don't
power thing,
disagree.
you know,
I don't.
with kids.
I don't disagree with how long it is. That's you've got.
Is that what his wife said about his penis?
He pled guilty
He
from
pled guilty.
Louisiana.
Oh, yeah, well, there you go then.
honestly.
Well, there you go then. Forget that. Yeah, Ask all the questions,
makes
doesn't it?
sense.
Yeah, we can't answer any questions about that now.
When it's in,
She was only sentenced to 41 years, though. I feel like they should get the same.
How old is she
yeah.
now?
Why is it different?
What?
Why is that?
Oh, because
This
I
is
guess-
recent.
I don't know how it's different actually. Because if it's assault, they both
If anything,
both assault from both.
Maybe
men.
she's almost worse. She's the one going. It's
asked
her
him-
job. During her job, you're like trusted to look after these
And
kids.
she's asked, and she's wanted to
Yeah.
get revenge on the kids.
and,
Obviously,
and she's made them, and she's given them out.
She's
to
off her
them.
nut.
It's definitely. She should definitely be getting more because no man knows how to bake a cake.
Yeah. Well, obviously, she made them.
Yeah.
All we know how to do is come.
Yeah.
That's weird, isn't it? Like,
I mean, obviously, it's fucked up enough that he's coming in there, but she's more involved. Like, she's there interacting with the kids, giving it to them.
and she
she's
had
got
come up
less
with the idea.
years.
I'm going to feed you my husband's sperm.
Well, it sounds like it, doesn't it?
I mean,
I don't know if it was group idea.
There are better and more legal ways to make a bun in the oven.
How old do you say they were? The kids.
I don't think it says on here.
The kids who had kids in their cupcakes.
Kids had kids in the cupcakes. I don't know. I can try and see it, find it.
It's all right. Did you say it's primary school?
It just has school kids.
Oh,
Should have done more research, really.
they must have self-snitched on themselves. Because how would
How would
anyone
they
know?
though? Oh, it's a
Exactly.
tadpole, yeah, they're too small.
Yeah. Unless they got one
Maybe it was
kid's
the
got a
filling,
really
you know,
good
like the
taste.
butterfly cakes. Put all the goo in the middle.
How many times did you have to come?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Well, no, it just nutted in the mixture, I guess. That's fucking crazy.
Well, we're talking about.
How did they know? I mean, how did they know? How,
gonna try and
they-
find it.
You need to know the story of how they found out.
Yeah,
It was
I know.
high
The kid
school.
choking their hair.
How
Or
old are
rabbit?
high school
Fox?
people in America?
Pulls it out and it's fucking wriggling.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. They must have told.
Oh, this is like 2019. About.
like self-snitched or something, and someone grassed them up, and then. But then, where was the evidence?
Yeah, 'cause she
Wasn't the
couldn't keep quiet.
cupcakes all eaten?
Maybe she's such a vindictive fucker. Obviously, she is. That she couldn't keep quiet. She needed to let someone know. She couldn't keep it to herself because she wanted that power trip, that power she had over the kids because she made them eat her husband's sperm. But no, and that felt powerful. But she needed to share it with someone, not just her husband. So maybe when she was drunk or she was at somewhere out with someone or a group, and she said to me, she said, "Oh, yeah, them little cunts. I'll tell you what I did to them once." You know, 'cause there was-
Well, are you
know what I mean?
saying the
Something like
husband didn't know? He just
that. No, he probably knew.
he got her to ejaculate
But her
and took
ego,
his.
but her ego, she couldn't keep it to herself. I mean, she's blurted out to another member of staff or a colleague or a friend.
Must have.
That's what I reckon. Because
Who would how?
you wouldn't do that unless it's some sort of power trip, innit?
Yeah.
Power over other humans. So she felt like she had to let someone tell someone,
Yeah,
feed her ego of her powers she has over things.
yeah.
I reckon that's that, and they thought, well, "You what? What the fuck?" And that's been
Yeah.
reported.
Doesn't really
Otherwise,
say it.
how else is anyone going to know if that's a real story?
Seems like it is.
Everything seems like it is these
You
days.
read
You know
about
what I
that
mean?
copper?
Well, it's
from
on.
your
It's
town?
on all these like official fucking bullshit ones.
It's always.
Did you read about that copper that comes from your town?
What?
He's just got done for tens of rapes. He's been raping women for years.
Really?
Yeah. No.
And every time he was reported to the Met Police, they just said, "Come on now, behave yourself." Or he got done in a nightclub for being aggressive to women and all that. And his
Well, they
boss was
just-
saying, "Look, come on, you can't just keep getting drunk and into fights." And every time women reported about rape or abuse and all that, they said, "Look, you've got to calm down." And it's been going on for years and years and years.
What the fuck?
Why are they just letting go away with it?
On the news yesterday.
The thing is, I've seen a lot of women officers around our town. So, what do they think? Don't they hear of it and we're like, what the fuck?
It's like this boss has been covered up for years. Now the Metropolitan Police are trying to apologise. So, yeah, we should have done more. Oh, this.
Should have done.
They could. They did 130 cops, policemen. I don't know if it's in the middle or just 130 cops that have or on the list that have been done for assault, sexual assault, and all sorts of things that are working as coppers now, and they're out there fucking trying, supposed to be protecting.
I like how they can do all that, but like you stay in Tesco's for an hour longer in the parking spot, and they'll send fucking for you for the rest of your life.
Yeah,
It sounded like the American police now.
yeah, it's in the comic newspaper.
But over here, who investigates the police?
The police,
Who's policing the police?
the police.
Because
And that's when it's fucked up.
when we went out on, was it Christmas Eve or New Year's Eve? There's so many police hanging about.
Hanging.
And then at the end, when we all come out of the club,
Functions.
they're not there anymore. I swear it's just like a meet up for them for a while to hang about, just an excuse.
They love
Loads of
being
them go down
outside
there,
Cinnabar.
and then when it actually come out, there was no police there, and these guys are fucking fighting. I've seen that a couple of times, and there's just not.
Yeah, they think,
ever-
oh, there's a fight. Let's just fuck off. Look, there's a fight. Let's go and get kebab.
They get
Yeah,
really
Let's go and
scared.
get kebab, Sarge. Yeah, come on then.
it's, like
do a
they,
kebab.
it's like they leave just before it ends, so they don't have to
they'll
deal
hide
with
around
anything.
the corner, and then so wait till it fucking calms down. Then we go out there, and the CCTV operator.
They probably-
they
they probably
love
love-
now. Then all right, let's get back out the vans, lads. Let's go and get our kebabs.
They're probably all like, oh, let's stay here so we can talk to all the women
Yeah.
that are here. And then when there's actually shit to do, let's leave.
You got to remember all them CCTV cameras in the high street. Yeah, there's someone watching through them all the time, controlling the control room, and he's straight onto the police. So you can tell them straight away, yeah, don't go out there, get out of the van, lads. There's a fight going on. Just sit where you are, nice and cozy in the van. If it gets serious, we'll let you know. If it gets really
Which is
bad.
funny because as soon as you get assaulted or something and ask for some fucking CCTV, they say none of it works.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And then there's one of them sitting in the van. It's a fucking serial rapist.
Yeah.
No wonder they don't help.
It wasn't just
They
a rapist.
fucking
He
commit
done
the
some little
crimes.
girls.
What?
He beat them up. Some he pissed on them. Some he made them open their mouths and he pissed in their mouths.
What the fuck?
Steam copper. All just save the town.
That's disgusting. I can't believe that.
Oh, and he
He's
beat
from
her up
here.
with a belt. One of the girls. And he got to humiliate him and everything. He really hated it. He was sadistic.
That must have been the
Well-
headline I saw. I thought it was about
He was
like,
like a psychopathic, sadistic narcissist, it said.
oh yeah, he's
What world we
fucking
live in
insane.
where the fucking people with the posts have jobs to protect us, we need protection from.
Yeah, but we're not.
Oh, that's the government, isn't it, as well?
We're not surprised because usually only certain types of people want that sort of power and want that
Yes.
responsibility.
Excellent
Because
point there, Chris. Yeah, tell us more.
most people don't want that responsibility because of the fear of not doing it well. They want to do it well, and
Nice people.
and like you don't want to fuck anything up. Whereas
Yeah, don't like seeing people hurt.
whereas the
Suffering.
people who don't care about
Narcissists
people
like
don't care
Donald Trump.
about failing because
Well, places of power
Well-
always attract fucked up people because
Psychopaths.
with power you can get away with doing fucked up shit.
Yeah.
Which we've, just like you said, you
That's
fucking
probably why they're
witness
all
it every day.
satanic cults and all that, isn't it?
Yeah.
But surely, didn't you see that thing about that that other woman? Didn't they like see recently about that other woman who got murdered? And she
Which one?
got
There's so many of them.
that
And men as well get murdered, by the way.
well, the one that was
But
in the news that was
too
it,
many women.
was her name
Too many-
Sarah?
Too many of. Look, I didn't say anything. Call that out.
Why did he just add that in?
Yeah. We get accused now being
And LGBTQ
sexist,
plus, all of them
chauvinist.
getting it.
But
Can't say nothing right now.
no, you know that one recently in the news, last year now.
Oh, recently, last year. I tell you what, a lot happened in 12 months.
Yeah, but-
Recently.
Like,
Well,
12 months ago, the big afro. Look at me now.
actually, it's only been like a month.
Well, it was
First year.
Oh, last year.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I got
Oh,
you. Look, the
yeah.
joke's still here.
But you know that was it Sarah Everard or something.
Oh, yeah. She got murdered on the way home from the pub or something, wasn't it?
Well, basically she got killed by it was a police officer that did it. Was what I'm trying
And
to
not
say.
another copper.
But didn't the boss over here think like when all that was going on, be like, oh, maybe it'd be a good time to fucking get this guy out of here or whatever? Like the heat's already on, you might as well just.
No, because they got a union.
What you talking about? I've lost myself.
It's hard. It's harder for the bosses to also like even
What
if they
bosses? All I know is
in the
a
police.
lady called Everard got murdered.
Yeah, I said when that was going on, didn't the police, the guy over here, think that'll
What
be
guy over here? That's where you lost me. What guy? The murderer? I've
yeah,
got
the
pictures of
murderer's
people
the
getting
murderer's
murdered.
boss.
The murderer's boss.
Yeah, the ones who are
'cause
all
he was a
covering it
copper.
up.
Oh, right. Yeah, probably because there's so many coppers that have been done for rape and murder and shit in the Met over the last few years. They try and cover it up, yeah.
Yeah, but
Because they think people have lost faith in the police. Of course not.
No.
it's funny because the thing about firefighters only recently
Don't
come
kill
out
us,
as well,
please.
wasn't it? About how many are
keep getting
racist or
They keep getting the hoses
homophobic.
out at work.
What? I don't even want to know about that.
They're just really into plants. Green farm.
Geezer off the telly, innit? They found a body swimming in his pool upside down. He'd been raped and murdered by other men. He was a famous TV geezer.
God.
Michael
This is a
Barrymore, who used to do
depressing
that famous
episode.
quiz show, didn't he? Strike It Lucky. But the boy that went back to his house after a Saturday night out with loads of other lads and blokes didn't strike it lucky. They never found the murder. No one would admit to what they'd done. But he had internal, he wasn't even gay, but they found internal, really bad internal damage inside his anus. He'd never been gay. They'd
It's
drugged him
never
and
been
raped him really
gay.
hard.
People just like sometimes are.
He'd never shown gay
This is such a
tendencies.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
That's what I meant. But his arsehole was ripped to pieces.
yeah. So he's rated.
And the famous geezer
Which
whose
is-
house it was, famous TV celebrity,
Awful.
his mates and no one got
I don't know how.
done for anything. Couldn't find any proof. Yeah, that
What about
happened,
the dead
but there's
body?
no one around that, on his private estate in Essex.
There's some nasty people around.
Oh, you're looking at the old Barnet, yeah. Looking at the old Barnet.
Yeah.
Record longer today, aren't we?
Jake's suicidal right now.
Jake's, Philip. He has been a bit suicidal his last few.
Oh, yeah, you should contact me. We could have been
No,
suicidal together.
His last few.
You know, I was way
podcasts.
more suicidal with the other podcast. It's just like this. Like, yeah, that is so usual to everyone in the room.
Yeah. Yeah, we're open about our own suicidal thoughts, aren't we?
Oh, you should have given me a bell.
I'm not suicidal right
I was
now.
talking about the podcast I meant last time. He was so depressed about the 40-minute Harry thing, but we got loads of good content.
No, I just thought it was bad. But it was. I don't think
The
it
last
was.
podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, one before that was awful as well, wasn't it?
I thought that was good.
Oh, good. I'm glad you did.
I think everyone does this though, because there's a
do,
podcast
yeah.
I listen to where it's pretty much like three mates, and every time like one of them are like, "I thought I was so shit last time," or "It's so shit," and then someone else like, "That was good," and then they just change who thinks it was shit.
Yeah, I know.
It's like,
It's like your
I
favourite
just-
football team, yeah? They're really playing really well, but not all the time.
I just
Have the bad
that's
days.
not what we're saying.
I just tried it.
We're saying it's never bad. We just perceive it as bad. And he's like, "Yeah, sometimes we're shit."
Yeah, no, you do just perceive it as bad. Like, I did that a lot at the start, and I was just like,
Yes, innit?
I'm just going to stop thinking that because it's going to affect
Yeah, I never
my
did that.
vibe
Now
on
I'm
the
doing it.
podcast. Yeah, I don't know why you're doing it now. Usually it's the other way around.
I'm tired. That's what I am.
Usually
Yeah,
that's
And I
me.
was ill.
Every week I'm tired.
Yeah, you've been ill for
You've been ill for
weeks.
so long.
But you've been ill for even longer.
Yeah, 40 years.
It's almost
Yeah.
like who's going to die
in their
first.
head.
We're all going to go anyway. And on that note, I've got
Might as well
something
die
here.
now.
Yeah. We do need Dad's vibes though. Dad brings the vibes, didn't you?
I'll try and bring the vibes. I'll bring the vibes.
Dad-
Tears of a clown, isn't it?
Dad's a
If Dad
vibe
wasn't
bringer.
here, it would just be inserts of Prince Harry.
Do breeze.
No, if Dad weren't here, yeah, we'd have
Or
to get
excerpts.
someone else.
I updated this the other day. Now,
he's so irreplaceable that we'd have to replace him straight away.
so yeah, I'll write this down for you guys.
Yeah, what's that?
Where else?
Finish every negative thought that you have every day with a positive thought. So yeah, that was really shit, yeah, last week. It didn't seem as bad, yeah. But I'll tell you what though, at least it weren't raining.
Pretty sure it's raining.
I don't
It
think
rained right off. It was
Oh.
raining. Actually, what happened is the camera shut off. We had to go out in the rain and find a new memory card.
Yeah.
And walk around in the
Oh,
rain.
yeah.
Excellent. And
Jesus
because of that,
Christ.
you could concentrate and you got a memory card. So it was positive in the end. That's what I'm saying.
I just tried to not think about it, yeah, because I
rained.
know if the vibes go down on a podcast, you're fucked. So you have to
Well,
try and
everyone-
not.
Well, have a
this
positive.
this is my fault. I normally have is like whatever's happening right now is happening whether you're fucking positive or not.
Yeah, and-
so you might as well deal with what
Yeah.
you're going to deal with either way and try and be positive about it. Otherwise, you're going to
Yeah.
deal with the same shit you're going to do anyway, but be really negative and just bring yourself down.
And everybody
so
knows.
give it a rest.
And everyone knows, yeah.
Be happy.
On this planet, when it's the past, it's the past. You cannot change it. Unless you're editing like these two.
the amount of times we have to change this guy's past
God,
so his
wouldn't it?
future
Yeah.
isn't fucked.
The only thing is though, if you don't, you're gonna have to record longer and longer if you make more mistakes, or it takes longer and longer editing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but Dad has never had to witness what editing's like when there's loads of mistakes.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
because I've got this.
But you can't witness it. You can't watch TV.
I can't tell you, yeah.
Oh, shit's
My
on
Rocky's
YouTube.
not working.
I'm surprised that. Look,
My computer hasn't got a speaker, sorry.
Talking about our
yeah, it has.
YouTube channel.
You bought some speakers.
Yeah.
I thought we were bad. You wonder why we're fucked in life.
Oh, God, the stars coming, stars.
Stars coming, he's out cold. What the fuck? This guy is
I've got some
crazy.
Yeah, but I'm surprised that last week we got a decent podcast out of all the. I forgot about all
I
the.
wasn't well last week. Honesty at coma.
Look, you
He
have
goes,
that
I'm
every
surprised
week.
it was good, and he's making excuses.
No, but I'm
Constant humming in my ear.
I
I
was-
was tired.
Oh no, I was alluding to all the knockbacks we had. Like fucking, we had to stop like 3 times. I had to leave. We had to leave and come back to record like hours later.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it?
Oh, and I cooked a whole meal then.
I forgot
I
that
got
happened.
time to cook.
And we
meal
did all
today.
that for 32 views.
I've got a 3.5 hour business meeting after
But
this.
stay positive because
Slow and steady wins the race.
it was more unique views than any other podcast, I think.
Yeah, we got some
That's
unique
positive, no
viewers.
matter how small. Because every time you watch a lot of stuff, like I was watching someone else who was doing YouTube, and it was like I was so close to like giving up. And there's like it was this woman. She was like, it makes me sad to think then because I was close to giving up because I was so close to breaking through and like starting to get loads of views. Because she was like, I was just on like a couple hundred, which is still more than us. But she was on it for so long.
Yeah.
She was like, I just need to. Maybe this just ain't for me. And she's so close to giving up, but she was so close to the breakthrough because not soon after that, almost
Yes.
giving up is when she
so
broke through.
close to that light going green.
Yeah, it's like the meme or the picture of the person cutting all the way, mining for diamond, and he gives up and walks away, and right on the other side of the next wall is diamond. It's like Minecraft. You just keep digging until you get a diamond, because next 2 blocks could be diamond behind that.
Diamonds.
Bitches
Get
love
out
that
your
analogy.
pickaxes,
Yeah.
boys.
It's like you're driving
Get your
car,
fucking
innit?
diamond
Always
pickaxes.
a red light, but don't give up. Keep going. And you get arrested by the police and let us
He doesn't understand. He's just getting arrested.
That's why people say don't choose YouTube as a career. You have to do it on the side and be doing something and do this on the side.
That's why I just do this.
Never assume,
doing
mate.
everything they tell you
Never
not to do.
assume, mate.
Never. He's just saying random shit. You know what they say? If the sky's blue,
You just don't know.
Yeah. But yeah, you just got just have it as one of the other things you do. Like you always say, don't put your eggs in one basket.
Yeah. Chocolate ants don't soil pants.
sunny side up is best in the morning.
On the left is not on the right.
If the grass is green, that's probably because you haven't watered it.
Blue skies at night, shepherd's pie.
Actually, it is. The grass isn't green on the other side. It's greener where you water it.
Yeah, because on the other side it's more brown, isn't it? And the colour of the roots and stuff and all the mud that's in.
If they haven't watered it, yeah.
Impeccable.
Yeah, here's another one for you.
Oh, you got more. Oh,
Only one more.
I've got the second.
This was my own one, actually. I was sitting there. Yeah.
Oh, the camera's out.
Oh.
is this that part of the segment where you tell us what happened on this day?
On this day, the Antarctic, we mentioned it earlier, the Antarctic, didn't we?
Oh, yeah.
On this day, the Antarctic expedition, led by British explorer, well, Anglo-Irish explorer, Ernest Shackleton, successfully reached the South Pole. And on a not so lighter note, yeah,
Not so lighter.
born today,
Heavy one.
well, yesterday,
Who was it?
Diane Fossey,
Bitch.
January the 16th, 1932, died
Oh.
December 26th, 1985. Do you know who she is? Gorillas in the Mist?
Diane
Gorillas,
Fossey.
She's a
You would have read about her with your National Geographic stuff.
Yeah, she's the
Oh.
one that discovered
She's
the
an,
The gorillas.
gorillas.
well,
the
didn't
band.
discover 'em,
The
but-
band, the gorillas.
but she's an American primatologist and conservationist known for undertaking an extensive study of mountain gorilla groups from 1966 until her murder, sadly,
Wow.
1985. A popular theory
She was murdered?
is that she was murdered by poachers.
What
She
the
studied
fuck?
the gorillas daily in the mountain forest of Rwanda, initially encouraged to work there by paleanthropologist Louis Leakey.
Why was it all
Leaky.
Latin words and then put leaky at the end of his name?
Stick an S on the end of that, paleanthropologist, and you've got a 20-letter word. So when I read that, I thought, shit, that's a long letter. That's a long word. I've got to count the letters. And I've had that since I was a kid. I see a long word, I have to count how many letters there are, and it still won't fuck off. And I've been doing it since I was a lad.
That's so
Yeah.
funny because it's so funny whenever like I hear you or mum say like a fact about yourself because I feel like
I
just
know
feel
nothing. I don't know you.
related.
Yeah, no. I don't think people. I don't
Hear
think.
what Frank said. Is it Frank? No,
What-
Chris. It's Chris. Yeah,
I don't think it's just Frank and me, but but I don't think people really ask their parents things like shit. Like, you know, if you have a partner, you end up knowing like everything about each other, but you never have those kind of conversations with. Like, not even your siblings, let alone your parents, are probably the last people you have. So when you hear these facts, it's like, oh, I never even thought about these or asking them, or even stories from their childhoods. It's like,
and there's
oh
so many
yeah, I've never known
similarities.
any of this. And it's so interesting once I hear it. Like, you never think of asking it because for some reason it's just not the type of conversation you
Well,
have with your
I
parents.
think your relationship with them is you're carrying them and you can't even talk, and that's how your relationship starts. You're not on a. We don't.
Well,
not
yeah,
on a
it
get to
makes
know each
sense,
other
but I'm
relationship.
just like,
So then you just end up growing, and that is you
Yeah.
stay in that same
You
state.
grew up not talking to your parents. It passed on. It's like you inherit, and it passed on down the line. Emotions, anxieties, depression. You can just like inherit it as well.
Massive
The same sort of thing. They say you can breed it and stuff. And the best way to get over these things, because it doesn't have to be that, you can change it, is talking about it and opening it up and trying to understand why we feel these ways, this, that, and the other bollocks.
That's what,
Yeah, I'm getting bored.
that's why those.
That's not what I was talking about.
All of a sudden, I can see giraffes. All of a sudden, I've talked to you, and I can see giraffes running through the savannah.
I was just, I was
and it was going slowly.
more saying like you never really asked your parents about anything.
I'd say here's one, yeah. I've told you before.
Like
when I was
personal
about 4
stories.
years old and sitting on the toilet, I'd have to get myself dead centre before it come out. Dead centre. And it would be a race. And at the last minute, I'd be happy to come out and I was dead centre. Oh, and it's like a bit of anxiety.
You have to be
That's
dead
when I was
centre.
4 or 5.
Do you still
I'd be
do
dead
that?
centre. Sometimes.
Do you have any weird? What's your weird?
But I'm
quirk?
so big now, though, the toilet fucking goes flying off the floor.
How the fuck does that make sense?
But yeah, we haven't finished this yet. So that's 20 letters in that name.
Oh,
20
It's
letters.
really hard to say, isn't it? It's a long word, isn't it? Yeah, look.
Yeah.
Paleoanthropologist Louis Leakey.
Why does it sound like multiple
Anyway.
words?
Gorillas in the Mist, a book published 2 years before her death, is Fosse's account of her scientific study of the mountain gorillas, etc. It was adapted into a 1988 film of the same name. Now, gorilla poaching facts, right? Gorillas are poached for 3 main reasons. Food, traditional medicine, and the bushmeat trade. Current poaching rates have caused all gorilla species to become endangered. People expected the mountain gorilla to go extinct by the end of the 20th century.
Simmer.
But thankfully, according to WWF,
World Wrestling Federation.
Let's go.
the most recent mountain gorilla poaching facts show
Got
that
body
the
slams.
species is still going strong despite their habitat loss and constant poaching threat. Their numbers have also increased in the last few years.
They've been buried.
It's estimated they number some 1,000 or more individuals. One of the things that might help them survive is that they
Vince McMahon
live
retiring.
high up in the mountains on elevations between 8 to 13,000 feet. But
So where humans can't go.
Rest in peace, Diane Fossey.
And did you know
Fuck the
orangutans?
poachers.
Speaking
They
of
ruin everything.
that family or whatever the fuck, orangutans actually pronounced orangutan.
Orang-utan.
Orangutan.
Depends how you want to pronounce it.
That's how it is pronounced.
Attenborough pronounced it.
He says tan, I think.
He says orang-utan, doesn't he?
Yeah, tan.
Orang-utan.
If you Google it, though,
Utan.
it'll say tan
That
everywhere.
could be my name.
Oh, yeah, it means people of the forest.
But I never knew that until I did know it, which is like most things.
Have you not heard me pronounce that then when we're out?
You've never pronounced it
When
like
we're out
that in
together
my life.
sometimes in places.
Yeah, it's weird. You just randomly say orangutan.
Orang-utan. Sometimes I'll say it slowly.
Orangutan.
Orang-utan. And some of the people that I'm talking
Nah,
to.
I've never heard.
Well,
I've
I go,
only heard you say
"Oh."
it the way everyone says it.
Oh,
which
yeah, I
is-
say it every now and then I'll say orang-utan.
everyone says orangutan, don't they? Though?
Yeah, we was all brought up to say orangutan.
But it's
just 'cause
wrong.
That's, we pronounce a lot of foreign things wrong, don't we?
Orangutan.
Have you heard the Americans?
Oh,
Debris.
fucking
Debris.
fuck.
Fucking love 'em.
Shit like that. Debris. No, we love the Americans. Just saying though, they pronounce true English words in what they call American, and orangutan is an English way of saying orang-utan.
The weird
Yeah,
thing
loads
is,
of us-
yeah,
And you know what it means, don't you?
Yep.
Man of the forest.
Yep.
a lot of most
I do now.
foreign countries learn American English. That's why they all fucking talk. They got,
So I'm just trying to pull my son over there.
Trying to fuck me.
It's getting a bit hot under the collar. Sorry, Chris. Sorry, what was that?
yeah, a lot of countries that get taught English learn like American like accents, the American English.
Oh,
way
don't.
of saying things.
Yeah. Oh,
Which
do you know
seems
what?
so weird. Why would you learn English
Yeah,
language
what
from
the fuck?
Americans?
That's not English, you fuckwits. It's like,
Well, it's not. It's not from where it originally was.
yeah, like meat
it's
sandwich,
not-
they call it a burger.
American English.
Why don't you learn English from
That's what they
England?
call it.
Like,
I've
you know what I
visited
mean?
some places in Southeast Asia. And
Even he's getting sick of himself.
they all say, instead of mum, they all say mom. M-O-M, mom.
Did they pronounce it?
What the
Did they
fucking hell is
pronounce?
mom?
Did they pronounce it?
Yeah.
Like that?
In Southeast
Pronounce.
Asia, M-O-M.
Mom.
The Asians.
Yeah.
The Asian countries, mom.
Yeah, they do. Yeah,
all got
that's what I'm
American.
saying.
Well, the
It's-
thing is, most of the content is American, and even we're fucking pronouncing saying American
Well,
versions. of shit.
younger generation, aren't they?
Yeah.
You laugh at me, didn't you, when I pronounce it properly?
Yeah, we're like, look at this fucking idiot English man. But you can't help it. It's just,
Dada.
that's how it works, though. That's how language works. If you're constantly hearing that version of it, you end up saying it.
So I've got a sore ass, you both going, Fanny.
All right, that's something. Fuck, that was actually hurting my ears.
Well, my fanny.
It was like bleeding.
that
You got to come some blood
specific
when I know.
pitch.
I feel like Dad when there's an announcement for the moment of silence.
But it's like they
Mona Lisa.
say data.
Yeah, I mean, I'm mostly still
Data.
English, but there's some.
Data.
We need some data.
Data.
It's like-
Data.
yeah, like, none of
Data.
that I ever say, but sometimes I say route, I think.
Rude.
Route.
Rude.
No,
But,
route.
but if you're. Yeah.
Rude.
Even the French say
He's so angry. I could do terrible things and he'd be okay. But if I say something American, he's so pissed.
Tomato.
He's always
innit?
playing.
He makes me shoot a gun in the
potato.
woods.
He's playing devil's advocate. Playing devil's advocate, isn't you?
What's
That's
that game?
right. Devil's avocado.
That's what we need.
No, he actually hates it in real life.
Well, avocado. I've never eaten. I think I have eaten avocado recently.
No,
but,
when you say the American version of stuff.
oh.
Why is that like a car coming past?
That's just
In
like
the
a good
distance.
example. You're like, when I say American version stuff, he's like, oh no.
Oh, fuck. Oh.
God damn.
I was-
I had some eggs the other day.
Yeah, how was that?
There was about 2 months out of date. But
So
I
you
done
had
the old
some-
trick.
so you
I
had
stuck
some
them in a
rotten
glass
eggs
of
the other
water
day?
and they all sunk. So I fried them up and I ate them. It was fine.
So they weren't rotten.
Nice.
Sorry?
They weren't rotten then.
No, but according to the thing, there was a couple of months out of date. But that's
Oh,
just
yeah, that's for
solid-
legal reasons. And,
legal reasons, yeah.
And
But
covering
that was
your own
fine. I
arse.
stuck them in the water before I opened them up and they all sunk.
Nice.
One did float, so I didn't use that.
Maybe that's how they found out how their cakes had a sperm in them.
Yeah, by sticking them in an egg.
Well,
and
it
then
did
putting
say
the egg in a cup of water.
one of the kids' fathers ate it, so he might have.
He knew what that fucking taste was.
It was like,
He was so familiar.
Yeah, maybe,
he's like, I've
yeah.
accidentally busted and it bit went in my mouth before.
Maybe one of the parents took one of the cakes. I was in the bedroom. They like doing like food sex stuff, and she rubbed it all over her cunny. Yeah, she got pregnant.
Kid came out half
She gave birth
cupcake,
to a furry,
half
cupcake.
fucking
Hi, little cupcake.
child abuser.
Give mummy a cuddle.
Yeah.
Hey, also, oh, you little fairy cake. What you doing?
Weren't her wife wasn't his wife like? How do you know what that tastes like?
And he's like,
So I just licked off your cunny.
Good guess.
That's just what I thought, imagined.
I've got the cream on for you, love. Do you know
He's
what I
probably
mean?
gone down before after busting.
She's had a cream on.
He's probably been cut.
Oh, actually, yeah, I watched.
you used to
No,
love
I've
cream
not
when you
had.
was little, didn't
No,
you?
I've not had. A
Oh
cream
yeah, that's
before.
funny because recently fucking Britain's Got Bake Off was
Yeah,
on.
Bake Off was on
and,
the telly.
Someone made a cream on.
There's making
Yeah.
cream horns.
Oh.
I don't think I heard of cream horn before because I said that sounds like
Food
a
innuendo.
dick that's ejaculated. And the old woman was like, "I've had a couple cream horns in my day, but she didn't mean it like that."
People giggling.
No one.
Oh,
Well, it was just a one-on-one cream horn conversation.
like puff pastry.
Yeah.
Like puff pastry.
It was
innit?
a horn
Got a bit of jam down
with cream
the
on
tip,
it.
haven't you? Nice jam.
Oh,
on the tip,
yeah?
and then
Go
fresh
on.
cream,
Mm.
and then sprinkled with dusted with like caster sugar or something.
Some shit like that. Yeah, it was a horn of creaming.
Or was it covered in sprinkles or hundreds and thousands?
Hundreds of millions.
Wait, is one American?
Yeah.
What
Millions.
sprinkles
I
is
think
American?
sprinkles is American, and we call it hundreds and thousands over here.
I thought hundreds of thousands was only the multicolored ones.
Yeah,
What about the ones that aren't multicolored?
yeah.
A million.
What's the English version of those?
A million of hundreds.
can't say
Millions of
sprinkles.
hundreds.
Yeah, but there's so many different types of those toppings.
Yeah, well,
We'll have to call some of them sprinkles because only one type is hundreds of thousands.
Well, Britain's like 6,000 years old. People have been here. America, the whites have only been there 300
not
years.
my point. My point is you've got to have to call something. What you called in the others that aren't hundreds of thousands in England?
Little sweets.
Tens of
Sweets. I'm going to sprinkle. You literally called it sprinkling. I'm going to sprinkle the little sweets on the top. Sounds like you've got some Haribos.
Yeah, Harry.
You realise it is sprinkles.
Did you know his book is
Did you know
£15
they call hundreds of thousands as well? Because
there's hundreds of thousands of them.
Is there actually hundreds of thousands, isn't there?
who's counting?
Yeah, who the fuck's counting this? Who's regulating the hundreds and
Yeah,
thousands?
do you know what I mean?
Probably done my way, I'm sure, like RFL.
Anyway, that book's 14 quid in the shops at the moment. You've got to be a mug to buy it because you know you can get that in the charity shop for 50p, so aren't you? There'll be like fucking 100, like
What are you
10 or
talking
12
about?
Harry's books.
What, spare?
Yes.
Are you saying there'll be a load of spares?
Those spares, that'll be 50p in a few years' time. So we'll buy it then and talk about it. We'll go, oh, you've seen this book.
We've already talked about it.
Yeah, we talked about it twice.
Yeah.
The podcast.
It's just all in. It's all in the news, isn't it? Can't get
Everyone's
away.
talking about it, isn't
Everyone's talking about it.
I don't see the news.
Everyone's
I'm
talking
lucky.
about, oh, and I felt my todger.
I only see stuff on the.
I thought of my
on there
mum.
and it's
The
algorithm.
last thing I want to do when I have to put something on my todger is think of a fucking parent.
That's never going to happen. Like, how is?
Yeah, named after, think of your parent
Yeah.
and perfume and it's got your granny's name in it. Elizabeth Ardon.
Oh, yeah. Is that what you're saying earlier?
Yeah, and it's I put Elizabeth all over my Elizabeth Ardon cream. I put Elizabeth's Ardon cream. Elizabeth's Ardon cream, and she used to use it on Philip because he couldn't get it out. It was Elizabeth's Ardon cream, but she used to rub it on Phil.
Someone needs to come out of Elizabeth's
Talking
hard
to
on.
Phil, my crack was Phil.
Yeah, Phil McCracken.
These are the royals they're talking about.
Oh, sorry.
They
yeah.
rule over
Sorry,
you.
yeah.
Have you
Sorry,
not watched Game of Thrones?
Talking about the cartel, aren't we?
They'll fucking murder you.
I'll tell you,
You're lucky we only get 30-something views.
When I see the geezer last year, he looked like the Don. He really did. Did you see the
Really?
photos?
Like-
I'll show you the photos, didn't I?
Hey, I walk it in.
Like Papa Don, he had the shades on, Paco Rabanne.
They have a tracksuit on.
What name of those famous glasses? Not Paco Rabanne, are they?
Ray-Bans.
There you go, something like that. So I wasn't far off it.
Well, I don't know
He had
what you're
raised
talking.
bands on.
I don't think they were Ray-Bans
He
and
had
what they
5
wear.
geeks in black suits, all tooled up. Yeah, and they was like,
What were they like?
around like this.
yeah.
They were
all
just
grunting.
grunting.
Tell you what, mate, it looked like proper. It was one of the hottest days of the year, that was. And then his
They were wearing
missus, like, she was
suits.
about that far away from us, saying hello to people and all that. That's it, really. But yeah, he had like right nifty little suit on and that. It just looked like another world. It was like watching a movie.
He's a Don.
What was that? Who was that?
King Charles. When I was in his garden.
Oh, right. Yeah, yeah,
He's in
yeah.
King Charles' garden.
In Charles's garden, it's quite a big garden. He's quite wealthy. Not as wealthy as the
There are
Prime
a lot of
Minister.
trees in that garden.
Charles's garden is a very big garden.
Yeah, and apparently he's doing some stuff to help the local environment.
Who was the one that was friends with, like, was it Epstein or something?
Oh, that was
Oh,
Charles.
that
That was
was
Charles's
Andrew.
brother. His younger brother.
Did you ever see the interview where there was like there's asking about him? There's like, was you friends with him? And he's like, I wouldn't go as far as say we're friends. He's like, we're not friends. And then she goes, but you stayed on his private jet, yes. And you stayed in his mansion, yes. And you stayed in his private villa in his house, yes. That's what it goes like. It's like, what the fuck? And then there was something like, it was like, well, there was it was like a 17-year-old girl claims you was dancing with her in, it's like one of his houses or something. And it said, and she claims you was sweating profusely and you was dancing with her. And he was like, he's like, funny thing about the sweating. He's like, since the war, and with all the gunshots fired, yeah, I can't sweat because of the war.
What?
And it was like said almost worse than that, I think. And it was like, wait, first of all, that's a terrible excuse. But all you're claiming is you didn't sweat. But you was with that 17-year-old girl.
Yeah, he didn't deny that he was with her.
He was like,
I was with her, but I wasn't sweating.
he was like, that's hilarious. I did not sweat.
Yeah, not one bit.
I'm used to 17-year-old girls.
Yeah, he's so comfortable.
And they did find a photograph of him, didn't they, with sweat patch on his shirt, but I don't know when the photo was taken.
It's so funny. It's just so obvious, and they can just do what they want, and it's all
Yeah.
there out in the open. And all we can really do is laugh.
Yeah.
Or we'll cry
And it's been like
because
for
we can't
years.
fight
Yeah.
it. It's just like, yeah, we're all paedophiles and we fuck any underage girl we want. What are you gonna do? It's out. We've got coverage of it. People making
Paedophiles
money off us being paedophiles.
are going to paedophile.
And we can't do anything about it.
I was watching a comedy from the 1960s, Steptoe and Son. Right, you know the original British
All our
comedy,
older fans.
the original British comedy that gave birth to the best British comedies that we've got now.
All our
You can see all
boomers.
the comparisons.
Or Generation
If you
X.
watch it
I'm
all
not
the way through,
sure
you'll
which
see-
that is.
You'll see comparisons to the most popular comedy today in the United Kingdom, Only Fools and Horses. You see loads of sketches from Steptoe and Son first, but it's exactly the same. But anyway, the arguments on it in the 1960s, it's black and white now. And it's like, one of them's a socialist, the other one's on the right, and one's saying, yeah, Viva, we need a revolution. And what they're arguing about in the state of the country and the way it's going is exactly the same arguments as today. Exactly the same. It's been going on for that long.
It's been shit forever.
Yeah, we've been fighting them and they've been fighting us forever.
Yeah.
And like, can't do nothing about it. All we can do is take and make jokes now. There's nothing we can do, even though the masses, we far outweigh the most powerful. It's mad because the most powerful, they're just so full of tyranny and so full of hate. They're so bloodthirsty, and us we're just too fucking nice.
There's this book that I haven't read, but I'm about to talk about it. But yeah,
Spare.
There's this book that you haven't read. You can tell us about it.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I
Did
know.
that last
Yeah,
week.
this is a talent.
it's great. But I've noted it down. But it's about how like every like culture just repeats itself. He's able to make comparisons over like. Hello. Yeah, he's able to draw comparisons over every like society. Like it's the same shit just happens every time,
Yeah.
and you can just say this is going to happen, this,
Yeah.
and it's just always a cycle.
Makes
it's always a
sense.
repeat.
Yeah.
You just have to go long enough that people forget about it because people do forget.
Makes sense, yeah. And you just think about them, what you know. It has all happened the same, innit? You've got the high, powerful ones. You've got lots of people, lots of minions, lots of slaves.
Yeah.
And things happen: overpopulation, starvation, and collapse.
Yeah.
Like the lost
And war.
like lost civilizations in South America and Mexico and all that, and shit. It happens all the time, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like, and the Roman Empire was massive. The British Empire was the biggest ever. And then it's gone, and it happens all the time, doesn't it?
And Game of
And we'll
Thrones.
keep going. Game of Thrones, the same about the last couple of episodes, so put me right off.
Yeah. Everyone put everyone
Ruined
off.
it.
Yeah.
It's like spending hours and hours in to make a beautiful cake and lots of little layers and all that, yeah. And right then when you count it through, it just falls on the floor. Oh, fuck that.
Slowly, like the top
filming it,
layer.
and right then you fall over, fucking tripped over a fucking
It's like-
a little
like
tub
low-
of hundreds of thousands and fucking throwing the cake everywhere.
What's that?
And you're covered in like fucking dust and powder. When you were serving it to your mate at Land's End near the benches.
Just hits you in the face.
Yeah. And it says, rest in peace.
It's just like a layer on top of a layer on top of a layer. You just see the top one
Layer of
slide off,
shit.
and then the other one, and they just keep going. You're just
Tell
watching
us more
it.
about this book you haven't read.
So shut the fuck up. Continue talking.
Fucking hell, I'm struggling to concentrate there. Even the giraffes that fucks off in the savannah. I could just see the little ends of their asses disappearing, the little arseholes in the savannah. Fucking hell.
Giraffe
What is he
arseholes.
talking about?
How would you be able to picture that?
How is this even coherent?
Well, I could just see the little tails like land, fucking the flies off.
We should have called
this
this.
book you haven't written.
We should have
Read.
called it. That's what we should call this. So we
should
can get
call
away with not having to talk about a topic for too long.
Yeah, all the giraffes.
Like
Bit drafty in here.
How long have we
attention
gone?
0, span attention 0 or something like that. Like ground 0. I don't know.
Oh, it's controversial, isn't it? Upset the Americans. I've been to
Controversial.
ground zero.
Yeah, you haven't, yeah.
Yeah.
We've been recording for an hour and 7 minutes.
That's not bad, is it? Seems
Yeah,
we
all right.
like,
We gotta wrap this
we wanted
up.
to end it all at the beginning, eh? We're still here, look.
I know.
Smiling.
That's
Well,
enough content then. So
You was bringing the vibes, didn't you? Like, you know what I
That's
mean?
it, brought the vibes
He
back.
was on it.
I hope
Deep, didn't I?
Yeah.
I looked at you two. I got a fucking
Everyone.
big dick tonight. So, I'm joking, by the way.
Yeah.
I hope all the how many we've got all 14 of you that are gonna watch.
Yeah, cheers all
love
14
this
of you.
today.
Welcome to the hub.
What? That's not what that's not our thing.
Oh, in it? Oh.
No,
Welcome to the thing. Welcome
No.
to our thing. What?
thickos.
Press that button.
And you
Ring that bell.
stay thick.
Stay thick.
Yeah, you like
go
that?
down water.
Stay fit.
Stay thick.
Because we are. Is that what?
If you stay
'Cause
thick,
we're
stay
fit-
unaware,
We're thicker than water.
and then you really won't care. Don't let the bastards get you down.
All right.
Listen to the man.
Because if it can get you high, it can get you low too.
Exactly.
The fuck?